Good morning. Good morning, everybody. It's a great pleasure and honor to see so many people, distinguished visitors, educators, global travelers that I had the pleasure now to meet in the various locations of the world. I want to start by, first of all, thanking NTU and for this wonderful collaboration and the opportunity that we have today to have this dialogue and share ideas and thoughts. I know that most people that are in this room are really thinking about this question: what will be the future of knowledge transfer? In about 9 minutes, I would like to share a little bit of my thoughts in this context. We live in an interesting world. I think this VUCA, volatility, uncertainty, complexity, and ambiguity. This is not the same world that I grew up when I was a little kid. And it seems to increase more and more. As we move through the society, we've gone through builders to baby boomers to Generation X, and we are somewhere around Gen Alpha. And this changes a lot. And this also impacts the way we have to teach and learn. So who's the learner today? I would like to ask a few questions here. That is good. So which of these A, B, C, D, E, F would you say are the characteristics of today's learner? You have 3 options. Anyone? Short attention span, right. Anyone else? Okay, B, social learners. Okay, let's see how. You got it, multitaskers. So this is the way we need to adapt to this type of learners. And today we have something called Sage on the Stage. That's what we experienced, for example, in Bologna. We were there in our last meeting. It's one of the oldest universities on earth. But if you look at today's picture, many places kind of looks the same, right? So the reaction is something like this. To Sage on the Stage. That doesn't work. In fact, I do agree with John Dewey. If we teach today's students as we taught yesterday's, we rob them of tomorrow. So we are thinking also about what's happening in society. Technology disruptions. I just heard yesterday or 2 days ago that Elon Musk says that we're going to sit and have martinis in the backseat of the car where the robots are taking over. I don't think it's going to happen next year. But I do think it's going to happen fairly soon. Technology disruption kills jobs. Number 1 killer of jobs, but it's also number 1 creator of jobs. It's kind of interesting. It's paradox. In fact, by 2030, half of the Japanese population can be, if not retrained, rendered useless. It sounds very harsh, but that's what technology does. So, a negative scenario is that we start working for machines, or machines render us to being friendly pets. I don't believe in that scenario. I wouldn't be here today if that was what I thought. I believe in a positive scenario where man and machine can work together in a harmonious way, and we become enhanced. We get more power to pursue our curiosity, to pursue our willingness to grow and make things better. Now, unfortunately, for doing that, we need something practical. This is practical, right? In fact, all of us have become human 1.3. Without this, if I take it away from you, you are not very productive. But it's not enough. We need to increase the speed. And we think in going from a speed of thumb to a speed of sight. That's where we want to do. And learning in 3 dimensions, absorbing information in 3 dimensions works. There's neurological evidence. The brain to the left is a normal brain. The brain to the right is a brain that's exposed for augmented reality. And we can see that when we measure the brain, we get a 190% increase in engagement with content and a significant increase in memory retention. So we want to use such technologies for learning, for training, and for performing. Whether we use it in teaching, as in this case, to look at ophthalmology, diagnostics, or we use this in the factory floor. I had a pleasure to visit one of these factories yesterday for workers to get knowledge injection when they need it, as they need it, in the context that they need it, or we practically roll this out in education. And I'm very proud and happy to acknowledge that Singapore is one of the leading locations. And within Singapore, NTU is a great partner of ours, because it's not enough to have technology, you have to marry the technology with the pedagogical aspects. So in Singapore, and NTU has launched a 75 million project called Technology Enhanced Learning. And you'll have the opportunity today to see the fruits of this mutual investment through the center. But there's many other examples, Temasek, ITE, and other. So with that, you know, it's good to have a vision, but then you have to walk the talk. and you have to do that together with experts in different areas. And I think today's session represents just that. And I'm very happy for that. And I also want to thank everybody for organizing this, and look forward to all the interesting speeches. Thanks a lot.